Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump, Johnson, and Ukraine. Recently, the president of Ukraine made a trip to Pennsylvania to thank workers who were producing the material being used to defend his country. What should have been a relatively routine event has turned into a political storm. The Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, seems to be incredibly upset by the visit and is demanding Zelensky fire his ambassador. Why are Republicans mad? They weren't invited. Johnson said, quote, "The facility was in a politically contested battleground state, was led by a top political surrogate for Kamala Harris, and failed to include a single Republican because, on purpose, no Republicans were invited." Sometimes you have to wonder if some politicians have become so disconnected from the public that they don't understand how their statements actually come across to the rest of us. First, the top political surrogate for Harris that he mentions is probably a reference to Josh Shapiro. If you don't know, another way of referencing Shapiro would be Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. You know, the state being visited. Who would have been the appropriate person to join the visit to Pennsylvania? Maybe the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina is free. Aside from that, when did it start making political sense to draw attention to the fact that U.S. allies don't go out of their way to include representatives from your party? Do you really think this is some kind of conspiratorial interference? Or is it more likely that the ambassador didn't think it was wise to invite people from a party whose candidate for president said Putin was a genius for trying to take Ukraine? Remember when Trump was talking about seeing the invasion unfold on TV and said, quote, "And I said, this is genius. Putin declares a big portion of the Ukraine. Putin declares it as independent. Oh, that's wonderful." He rambled on about Putin, saying, quote, "But here's a guy that says, I'm going to declare a big portion of Ukraine independent. He used the word independent, and we're going to go out and we're going to go in and we're going to help keep peace. You gotta say, that's pretty savvy." In North Carolina recently, Trump accused Zelensky of, quote, "making little nasty aspersions." This seems to be in reference to Zelensky indicating he doesn't believe Trump's claims about being able to end the war. Let's be honest, he doesn't, except maybe through surrender. Trump has repeatedly said Russia wouldn't have attacked Ukraine if he was in office, which is really weird because Russia did. On the 25th of November 2018, Russian forces openly engaged Ukrainian forces for the first time in the Russo-Ukrainian War. It's called the Kerch Strait Incident. Never heard of it? It's because the U.S. president at the time, Trump, didn't respond. It's possible if Trump had responded, Russia's invasion of Ukraine would not have occurred. Republicans constantly float conspiracy theories about Zelensky and promise to cut off aid. If Zelensky is coming here to thank workers who help Ukraine's war effort, why would he invite politicians who attempt to undermine it? To be fair, there are some Republicans who understand the stakes of the fight there and have openly supported Ukraine. But that doesn't seem to be the party platform. Don't worry. I'm sure Trump or Vance will be invited if representatives of a country adversarial to the U.S. make a visit. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.